The film begins with a terrified woman in a warehouse, having witnessed something that left her stunned. In a nearby house, the owner's cat has been brutally killed. The shocking truth is that this wasn't the work of a human, but of a robot. The creator of this robot is a scientist named Aiden, who lost his son in a tragic accident and has never recovered from his grief. Using his technical skills, he built this robot in memory of his son and named it Rob1n, which is also the title of this film. When Aiden notices the robot's hand moving for the first time, he's both surprised and overjoyed. He adopts Rob1n as if it were his actual son, and his life seems filled with happiness once again. However, Aiden doesn't realize that this machine has developed the ability to think independently, and the consequences could be devastating. The robot now possesses feelings and emotions. It killed the cat because it felt that Aiden's love was being shared, and jealousy consumed it. By removing the cat, Rob1n ensured that Aiden's affection would belong to him alone. The scene shifts to Leo, a young man who has been in a relationship for 5 years. Today, he proposes marriage to his girlfriend, who happily accepts. However, she doesn't know that Leo is drowning in debt, with collectors watching his every move. When his fiancée asks about his job, Leo deflects by offering to introduce her to his close friend, who is actually Aiden, his uncle. They visit Aiden's house, where the elderly scientist explains that his memory has been poor since a car accident years ago. Due to his advanced age, he has trouble walking, so Leo's girlfriend helps support him into the house. Unknown to them, the robot watches from above. While looking through Aiden's photographs, Leo suddenly hears a loud crash from the window behind him. Startled, he investigates and glimpses the shadow of a small child behind the curtain. But when he opens the door, no one is there. Returning to the room, Leo discovers a strange robot sitting by the fireplace. Both he and his girlfriend stare in amazement as Aiden proudly introduces Rob1n, the incredible robot he created. To demonstrate Rob1n's abilities, Aiden asks everyone to leave the room and close the door. When Leo's girlfriend knocks 3 times and they re-enter, the robot has vanished. Leo begins to feel an unsettling presence in the house, though the maid assures him that only the 4 of them are present. Later, as Aiden rests, the maid confides her concerns. She explains how Aiden's behavior has become increasingly strange since his son's death, and she worries about him as if he were her own father. The next morning brings disturbing news. The maid hasn't come to work, which is unprecedented in all her years of service. This worries Aiden greatly. Then he discovers Rob1n with blood splattered across its face, and his fears intensify. Too frightened to confront the robot directly, Aiden takes Rob1n to the warehouse under false pretenses. There, he finds pieces of the maid's clothing on the robot. Outraged, he demands to know if Rob1n killed the maid, but the robot remains silent. That silence is answer enough. In anger, Aiden decides to shut down Rob1n permanently. He removes its battery and storms away, but to his shock, the robot reactivates without any power source. That night, while the house sleeps in darkness, Leo searches for clues about a hidden safe containing money he plans to steal to pay his debts. Despite thorough investigation, he finds nothing and returns disappointed. The following morning, Aiden goes to check on the robot in the warehouse, but finds it missing. Returning home, he hears piano music from upstairs. Investigating, he discovers the robot standing before a mirror, blinking repeatedly as if trying to imitate human behavior. Aiden is baffled by how the robot functions without battery or power. Leo continues his nocturnal searches. In an upstairs room, a box opens by itself, revealing old toys that once belonged to Aiden's son. Before he can investigate further, Aiden catches him and demands he stop this behavior. When things calm down, Leo asks about the son's death. Aiden reveals that he was out of town when it happened. Some claimed the boy died in a fire, others suggested suicide, but the truth remains unknown even to police. Aiden's memory loss from the accident compounds the mystery. He's haunted by the question of whether Rob1n is truly dead or exists in some other form. 2 police officers arrive the next day. The maid's brother has filed a missing person report after 2 days without contact. When questioned, Aiden claims ignorance, though police mention she was last seen at his warehouse. A taxi driver had waited for her but eventually left when she never appeared. Without evidence, the police depart, but the maid's brother secretly enters the warehouse. Calling his sister's phone, he follows the ringing sound inside, where he discovers her mutilated corpse. Before he can react, Rob1n appears behind him. In panic, he tries to call police, but the robot hurls a sharp iron rod, killing him instantly. Rob1n then calmly returns to sit by the fireplace. Aiden confronts the robot again about the maid's death. Rob1n remains silent, only blinking, then picks up glass to write a single word. Though this seems to relieve Aiden somewhat, Leo overhears and reads the message. Leo's suspicions about Rob1n's death lead him to research old news posts online. He contacts a reporter who covered a party from years ago. Learning that Leo is Aiden's nephew, the reporter reveals the horrifying truth. On Rob1n's 11th birthday, Aiden threw a large party. As a prank, he locked the boy in the basement temporarily. When Rob1n emerged, his behavior had completely changed. He'd become dangerous and bloodthirsty. He attacked and killed all the party guests. Only Aiden and the reporter survived. When Rob1n turned on his mother, a gunshot from behind ended his rampage, fired by Aiden himself. To protect his reputation, Aiden bribed police to suppress the incident. Leo is devastated by this revelation, struggling to believe such horror possible. His girlfriend confronts Leo angrily, having seen debt collection messages on his phone. Leo explains his desperate plan to steal money from Aiden's house to pay off debts and start fresh with marriage. Despite her horror, she reluctantly agrees to help. That night, she drugs Aiden's coffee with sleeping pills. While he sleeps deeply, 2 police officers return to search the house. In the basement, a female officer encounters the robot with glowing eyes. As she approaches curiously, Rob1n stabs her with a sharp weapon, then attaches electrical clips to deliver a fatal shock. Her partner, following the smell of burning flesh, discovers her charred remains. Before he can react, Rob1n attacks from behind with a knife, then uses a flamethrower to incinerate his face. Meanwhile, Leo and his girlfriend search for the safe. She notices strange flooring and discovers a hidden basement beneath. Though initially scared, she follows Leo down. Unbeknownst to them, the robot watches everything. In the basement, they find numerous liquor bottles, but Leo seeks only the safe and its valuables. They hear footsteps behind them but see nothing. When Leo moves ahead, his girlfriend stays to investigate the sounds. Turning around, she finds the blood-soaked robot standing before her. Screaming, she flees and reunites with Leo, their terror temporarily forgotten when they discover the safe they've been seeking. Leo recalls that Aiden uses his son's birthdate as passwords. The safe opens, but inside they find nothing, no money, no jewelry, nothing of value. Their disappointment turns to horror when an iron rod pierces the girlfriend's neck, killing her instantly. Leo, devastated but knowing he must act quickly, grabs a rod and attacks the robot. When his assault fails, Rob1n strikes back with glass, rendering Leo unconscious. Leo awakens tied to a chair in the same basement where Rob1n was once imprisoned. The robot begins speaking in Rob1n's voice, his spirit somehow inhabiting the machine. He recounts childhood memories of punishment and imprisonment in this very room. Rob1n demands to know Leo's true purpose at the house. When Leo lies about merely visiting, the robot punishes him with a nail gun. After 2 painful lessons, Leo finally confesses everything. He's not really Aiden's nephew, but exploited the old man's poor memory to gain access and steal money. Guilt overwhelms him as he blames himself for his girlfriend's death. Using a nail, Leo cuts his bonds while the robot remains unconvinced of his honesty. As Rob1n approaches with the nail gun for another punishment, Leo breaks free, pushing the robot down and grabbing the weapon to destroy it. Suddenly, Aiden shoots Leo from behind, killing him instantly. The old man has realized that his son's spirit truly inhabits the robot. and he cannot allow anyone to harm his child again. Fear of separation drives his protective madness. Aiden repairs the robot, restoring it to perfect condition. Robin begins a new existence as Aiden's son, and anyone who threatens their twisted family bond will face the wrath of both the dangerous robot and its deranged creator. The film concludes with this dark revelation of their unholy alliance.